All right, if you're anything like me, you're always out to try to find the best in-ear monitor solution, balancing both price, right, budget, and quality. Now, KZ has been in the game forever. They are winning, basically, because they bring out, like, everything you can think of. They have all these different models. One that I reviewed last year that was a big success for a lot of people are the KZ Dawns. Why? Because right now, $9.99 without a mic, $9.99. Get the ones without a mic because it doesn't work very well when you got the TRRS thing. Anyways, these are $9, $10, $9.99. That's an amazing price just to have like 5 of them as a backup when your team may show up. Be like, oh, I forgot my in-ears today. And be like, well, you have to use these. They're the backups. Remember to bring your own. You don't want to spoil them with your backups, right? Or they're just going to forget all the time. Anyways, these are great. The other day, last week or so, I reviewed these right here. These are the AM16s. Now, these jump up in price considerably, and they were pretty good. You know, they've got the box like this. There's the whole KZ thing. I wish they would. Come on, guys. Just put the little cinchy thing on there. But I understand more budget-friendly options don't always have that. But the little cinchy thing that cinches it up the back, that's a must for me. But these sounded really good. The price range for these were $84.54 right now. So about $85. The quality, just fantastic. I mean, they sound good. They're hefty. They fit really well. When I put these in my ears, it seals everything. If you want to check them out, I'll link those below. And you can also watch that other video for the full review. Okay, today though, we have more drivers than I've ever had in a set of KZ ears. And we're going to unbox it today. These are the KZ, make sure I can see it, AS24 PRO. I'm going to open these up, give them a listen, compare them to these other KZs, give you my honest feedback. I'm also going to compare them to the in-ears that I use week in and week out, and I'll just let you know what I think. What are some pros and cons? Let's pull these out here. What I do know about these is that, well, they look great. I mean, sparkle, shine. That looks awesome. These are tuning ears. So on the back, they have these little, like, tuning pegs. I don't know if that's what you call it. To toggle the switches up and down, and you can get more headroom out of them. You can tune them based on what you like. You just follow the directions online. Now let's see what this cable is like. Okay, I think it's the same cable. It's the same ones that come on the... Now, I think you can upgrade your cables, and maybe that's what they want you to do. If you're not a cable snob, you're like, well, that's no problem for me. But if you are like me, you probably will want to upgrade the cable. Let me put these on. This is the left side. I do appreciate that it's this kind here where it's not just holes here and not just 2 little prongs. The prongs are covered up by this plastic casing, which is a little bit more secure, and it's secure while it's in your ear, but it's also, it protects those little pins so they don't get bent, which is a pretty big deal when you're investing. How much? I don't know. I didn't say the price yet, did I? Jimmy, tell us the price. Let's look. These are $179. $179. Do they sound like a $179 set of in-ears? We will find out. Okay, here is the instructions for the tuning sliders. When they're all off, the basic, it's just the basic graph. When you flip up this low end one, it's low end frequency up. 2 of them says low frequency up level 2. Turn on switch 3, ultra high frequency reduced by level 1. And then when they're all up, when you turn on switch 3 and 4, ultra high frequency reduced by 2 level. Okay, well, we will try it and hear how it sounds. All right, I'm going to test them first, how they came in the box, which looks like they are all on. It's so tiny, and my eyesight's getting bad. But it looks like they are all on. And then I'll try them all off and see if I can tell the difference. Or maybe turn one side off and see if I can hear the difference. Let's do it. Okay, here we go. Very good seal. very loud in a good way. Wow. That sounds good. All right, let's see if I tune all these down. Can I even hear the difference from one ear to the next? I actually can. There's like this little snap. You can hear it, right? There's like this little snap that I definitely hear better. I'm gonna switch them because I know that both of my ears aren't exactly the same after 41 years of life. The difference between ear to ear, like when all are up and all are down, is not very drastic. You would take an audiophile to really probably notice the difference. Let's see, I'm gonna do all of them down except number one. One up. Either way, it does sound really good. I mean, it sounds so good. Number one and number two up. Number three and number four down. I don't know if it's just like the placebo effect, but I definitely felt like that was more bass. Is that even how it said? Is that even what it says? 1 and 2, low frequency up. Yeah, I can tell. Okay, so I'm gonna push those two down and turn on 3 and 4. Yeah, it's very finely tuned. I really love that. That sounds really good. Okay, just for back to back, let me hear how they sound compared to the AM16s. These were the $80 pair. Can I tell a huge difference? Can I tell almost $100 difference? The fit is still really good. These are quieter. This is a good song to test. The bass is all there. That little click doesn't stand out as much. The other one, it felt like that click was right there in my ear. The bass is there. It just feels a little bit more, not as refined, I would say. I wouldn't say muddy. It's not muddy at all. I'm not picking up any mud. I just hear like this super low bass. There's clarity, more clarity in the low end. I gotta turn that back down. Now that was with the tuning pegs down. That the bass was more in those. So I'm gonna go back to just all of them up. That sounds good. I want to do one more test again and just do that bass boost where we have the top frequencies off just to see if it's too much bass again. In the bass boost mode, if you will, if you want to call it that, I think that sounds really good. All right, let's just out of curiosity, the Dawns. Let's just see if I remember how good these were for $10. It doesn't look detachable. Smaller. They seal fine, but it's not perfect. Wow. That's crazy how good those are. For $10. I'm going to stand by my word. You cannot go wrong with these KZ Dawns. They do not, I mean, obviously, they're not as good. They, you know, there's more separation in the the AS24 Pros. I can hear the quality, the monetary difference in all of these. But it's, gosh, it's pretty minimal. These here, these DQ, no, these are the Dawns. They had DQS. Those were also some cheap ones. But for $10, you gotta just try these, just to try them back to back with maybe your more expensive ones. Anyways, there you go. There's my thoughts, my opinions. KZ did not tell me to say anything specific. All thoughts and opinions are my own. Click the links down below if you want. Amazon links, they help support the channel. Hopefully this was helpful for you, kind of a buyer's guide. If you have the money, if you have the 180, I would get these. They sound really good. They look great. You can tune them just to your specifications. These Dawns, man. I mean, they're cheap. I feel, you know, I went to take this out and I don't think it comes out. Look here. Look here. I don't see pins. It looks like it's just all wired in there, which is fine. I don't want to break it, but you can just see some cables kind of like wrapped up in there. It looks cheap. It feels cheap, but the sound, I mean, they've come so far. All right. I'm out of here. Thanks.